What's up, family? Welcome to Ask to My Aunts,
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
I mean, that right there is real.
It's just me. It's just in me. Dang. Put your breath in my face. Let's see if you want 3 for 3.
This right here is my captivating wife, Iana.
And this right here is my awesome husband.
You don't know who I am, too?
I was trying to think if I was going to add another word in, then I just said awesome. That captures your essence today. You're awesome.
You look beautiful, babe.
Thank you, babe. Stop looking at me like that.
Why?
Chill. All right. Guys, all right, we have a question that came in from a woman who is having a situation right now, sweetheart.
Can I answer another question real quick before we answer this one? Just real quick.
I don't understand.
Hey, press pause for a second. Somebody asked us why we cut our locks. This is me just throwing this in here real quick.
Oh, right.
I cut my locks, which I had for 5 years.
And that was a long time ago when you cut your locks.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But I had them for 5 years, and the reason why I cut them is because I just felt like I was identifying too much with my hair. I felt like I was too attached to it, like it was just who I was. So I felt like it was really just time for a change, for a shift.
And I cut my locks because I was just ready to cut them. I just didn't want them anymore. I was finished. I was ready to have different hairdo, do something different. And I didn't think I would ever cut them. But I found out that, because they were quite long, but I found out that I wasn't as attached to them.
How long did you have them for?
10 years. But I found out I wasn't as attached to them as I thought I was. It's just hair. That's all it is. It's just hair. All right, here we go. I'm currently in the best relationship I've ever been in. I'm so happy, but it feels wrong. Anyway, there's an unfortunate drawback, and that would be I'm still married. I know, no excuses, but situations and circumstances have caused me to be in this type of situation. Believe me, I would love to get divorced and be out of that sin, but it's more complicated than that. I don't have the money. My ex isn't trying to help, and he's not even working to pay child support right now. His fiance is taking care of him.
So he's in a relationship too?
Yes. My question is, should I let the man of my dreams go? Because there really is no future with me until I legally close that chapter in my life.
What you say?
Here's what I say. You know, I'm noting the verbiage you're using, some of the words you're using, and you said, believe me, I would love to get divorced and be out of that sin. So that statement right there, and you say, you know, it feels wrong, tells me that your paradigm might be such that the fact that you are married legally, but you're not living with the person, you're not sleeping with the person, you're not emotionally connected to the person, none of that, regardless, the fact that you are married in your mind, being with someone else in any shape, form, or fashion is a sin. And so what I want to say here to you is this. Oftentimes folks write into us thinking that there is one way to see things and that there is one universal answer. There is one universal answer, I believe, for this particular question, for a component of it. But the other component only you can answer because it's based on your values. It's based on, you know, what works for you or does not work for you. And for the person that you say is the dream, you know, who's the dream man. It's based on what you all determine is okay and is not okay. Here's what I'll say. If you just jumped out of your marriage and jumped into another relationship, you need to slow your roll anyway. If you haven't taken some time for yourself, you need to slow your roll anyway. If you have a habit of being in relationship and not being by yourself, you need to slow your roll anyway. When it comes to looking at whether or not it's okay for me to be with this guy and that kind of thing, you know, you need to sit down and ask yourself, in your paradigm and in your reference point, is this for you sinful? Is this wrong? Is this not the way I should do things? Many people could be in this kind of relationship and sit down with themselves and then with the other person, and they could discuss that, you know, I'm still legally married.
Yeah.
I want to pursue getting to know you better, but I want it to be within the confines of these kinds of parameters. I don't want us to go beyond here, because I need to make sure that I close this chapter in my life, not only emotionally, which is very, very, very important, not only spiritually and mentally, but legally, right? You want all of that to be taken care of, but I'm not going to just cut the relationship off. I'm still going to get to know you, but it's going to be within these parameters. And those parameters might be around sex. It may be around the types of conversations you had, how deep you go, that kind of thing. Other people may say, I'm not doing it. I'm going to totally cut it. And I'm not even going to entertain someone else. And if you are really the one, then you'll be around when I get done with my process. But I got to go through my process first. Okay? So it really depends on what you see as sin or not sin. What you see as, is it acceptable or not acceptable. But what I will say to you is this. Here's the universal part of the answer. Ultimately, you have to make sure that you are getting the lessons you need to get out of the relationship you just came out of. That you are understanding what happened wrong and what happened right. That you're making sure that you feed your spirit and your soul and just know who you are and who you're not before you attach or link up with somebody else. That's what I think is most important. All of the other particulars are going to shift depending on who you are and what your values are, okay? And it's not just what your values are, it's how you express those values. Because many people have the same values, but the way that they express them and the way that it comes out in their lives may look different, based on who they are. Yeah, so I hope I didn't disappoint you, but for me personally, sometimes people want a yes or no answer. I want a black or white answer. Is it right or wrong? And I want you to get at the heart of, are you growing? Are you doing what you need to do to sit down by yourself so that you can come up with the answer that works best for you? Because if you do that, then you've done what I think you need to do in terms of going within. And all the details you should be able to figure out once you've done that.
Yeah, the thing that jumps out to me when I hear this question is that you, to some degree, may be in a space of romanticizing this relationship that you're currently in. And it's easy to, think that things are all rosy on one side, but they're rosy because you're not paying attention to the weeds. And I think that, in this newfound relationship, the best relationship you've ever been in, I think that you really need to take time and, like my wife said, really get still and focus on whether or not you've learned the lessons that you need to learn. In addition to that, what I'll say is that, this email right here, it really to me reflects that you're operating from a space of being a victim. My husband, he doesn't, he's not paying child support, and, he's not willing to give me any money to, like, in the marriage. And I think that, if you have the capacity, well, you do. You're a grown woman. You have the capacity to be able to earn money for yourself. So with that being said, I think that you should be taking a proactive stance. And if this new man is the one that you want, handle your business first, get done what needs to be done, and then pursue that relationship. But to blame everything on the fact that you can't get money from your husband, and to blame everything on the fact that, it's the best relationship that you've had, but, you feel like you're in a space of confusion. You don't need to be in a space of confusion. In what's currently going on, handle your business, get clear, but the way you get clear is to get still.
All right, you've heard it. We hope it's been of help to you. As always, y'all, stop playing and start pushing.